Start by lying prone. Bend your elbows, resting one hand on top of the other. Resting your forehead on top, keep back of the neck long. Draw your lower abs in away from the mat and thinking about reaching your tailbones down along back of the legs towards your toes. Begins to activate your muscles on your legs, thinking about reaching your toes long towards the wall behind you. Take a deep breath in here to the nose. Exhale through your pursed lips, draw your tummy in, lift one leg off the floor as high as you can keep your pelvis stable, and then open that leg out to the side and lower down. Inhale, begin to lift that leg back up again, and exhale, return back to start position. So as you lift the leg and open the leg out, visualize there's a cup of tea on your lower abs, and then you keep that cup of tea very stable. So keep your hip bones on the mat at all times, so that is a good indication. So you don't want that hip bones, especially this hip bone, to lift off. So keep that gently pressed down on the mat. So you need to use your core, lower abs, draw in and up to stabilize your hips while maintaining the torso stable. We are working to strengthening your hamstrings, your glutes, and your hip abductors outside of the legs, outside of the butt. We have 2 more to go, so think about lengthen long rather than up towards the ceiling. And then you open the legs as far as you can keep your hips stable. Okay, so you should feel the burning sensation of the back of the legs, your butt, and outside hips. And then return to start position. Left side. Inhale, draw your tummy in. Exhale, draw your tummy in and up. Lift the leg up as high as you can keep your hip bones on the mat. Open out to the side, lower down. And exhale, lift that leg back up. Come back to the center and lower down. So think about activate that glutes as you lift the leg up. And as you open, keep that hip bone stable on the mat. Think about length rather than height. Draw your tummy in away from the floor and reach your toes long towards the wall behind and wall on the side. We have 4 to go. You should start to feel the burning back of the legs, your butt, outside hips. Good. The right leg that is resting on the mat, it's also working hard, so it's not floppy down on the mat. Keep reaching long to that toes. To begin, open your right leg out to the side, as wide as you can keep both of your hip bones down on the mat. Inhale to prepare. As you exhale, draw your lower abs in away from the floor. Bend your right knee. So think about bringing your right heel in towards your butt. Inhale, straighten your knee, come back to start position. So as you bend your knees, I want you to think about there is a ball behind your right knee, and you squeeze the ball as you bend the knee in. So create your own resistance, so not just flopping the leg in and out. Think about reaching long to the toes as you return. Think about squeezing the ball behind your knee as you bend your knee in. So we're strengthening your hip abductor and your hamstring at the same time. Okay, if you want to progress, you can make the range a little bit smaller. Keep your legs slightly off the floor. So this one is much harder. Your upper body, your torso, your abs has to try to stabilize on the mat. And return. Left side. Open your leg out to the side, my left leg, reaching my right leg long behind me. Use your exhale to bend my left knee. Inhale to straighten my left knee, return to start position. So I'm thinking about create resistance, squeezing imaginary ball behind my left knee, and then let my leg release the ball, return. As I'm doing this, I'm visualizing I'm holding a cup of tea on my lower back. Keep that cup of tea very nice and stable. I'm also using my right leg to stabilize, so think about reaching long to my right toes. If you would like to progress further, reduce your range, float your legs slightly off, and continue to do the same exercise without dropping the leg down to the floor. So that's much harder. Start by lying prone on your belly, resting your forehead on top of your hands. Begin to lift one leg off the floor, so lift as high as you can keep both of your hip bones on the mat. Then bend that knee. Now keep that knee off the mat. Use your exhale, so think about lifting or pointing your toes up towards the ceiling. If you feel pulling around your kneecap, maybe bend your knees less. Thinking about squeezing that right butt to lift the toes up, like you're poking the ceiling with your toes. You do 8 times. You can flex or you can point. We have 4 to go. 4, exhale 3, exhale 2, exhale 1, and return. Left side, lift the leg up, bend your knee, and begin to poke the floor with your toes. As you lift up, think about draw your abs in. Try to keep your kneecap pointing straight back, not open out to the side. You can flex or you can point. It's your choice. We have 3 to go. Exhale 2, exhale 1, and return. Begin to lie on your side, resting your bottom arm on the floor, palms down, top arm bent with your hand pressing down to help stabilizing your torso. Reach your bottom leg forward, bend your knees. Top leg reaching long in line with your hips. To begin, inhale, lift the legs up in line with your hips. Exhale, bring that leg forward. Inhale, bring your legs back up to the center. Exhale, reach your legs behind. So we are drawing a semicircle here. Okay, as you lift the legs back up and lower back down behind you, you want to make sure that you keep your torso and your pelvis nice and stable. So using your lower abs, thinking about slide the ribs to the hips. Okay? Reaching your toes long. Squeeze your butt as you reach your legs behind. You can also visualize you're lying in between 2 thin glasses. One in front, one behind, and try not to break those glasses in front or behind you. You should feel the work in your outside butt, in your glute max, your butt cheek. I think you have 2 more to go. And one last one. Exhale. Come back, lower the leg down. Lying on your side, left hand on the floor, palms down, right hand pressed on the floor in front of the chest, left knee bent, reach left leg forward, right leg reaching long towards the wall to the side. Reach the leg up, inhale, exhale, just bring that leg forward, tap down to the floor. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, draw your tummy in, tap the toes slightly behind. So go as far as you can, keep your hips stable. Begin to draw a semicircle back and forth. So it's not about height, okay? It's about keeping your pelvis stable. It's about reaching long to the toes. It's about engaging, crowd your head away from the toes. Full body integration. Use your lower abs to stabilize your pelvis and your torso. And then we have one last one. Exhale. And then come all the way back and lower the leg down.